Hey y'all, it's Rhonda. Can you believe it's already March? It's hard for me to believe that 2022 is already 3 months in. There's a lot going on in the world, but hopefully these videos I do kind of create an escape for you, and I'm really hoping that it's a positive place for you to come. We're going to start this video by getting a package of some wood cutouts that I ordered from an Etsy shop. Let me say this, anytime you order things like this, open them outside, since I guess the seller had wrapped these in plastic right after they were cut. It sealed in some of those toxic fumes. And I noticed it when I opened it, but I didn't realize that they were toxic. A few hours later, I started having some dizziness, a lot of nervousness, and it was a really short exposure, but it did cause a lot of problems just for that. I got over it pretty quick when I realized what it was. I took those things out of the house and let them air out. And then I actually base coated them outside. I'm sure prolonged exposure would have been a lot worse. I've ordered from other places before from a lot of things like this, and they just weren't wrapped in plastic. So I guess that's why it had never happened before. Still, for your safety, maybe just leave them outside to be sure. All the leftover cardboard, I always repurpose it, but I did set it outside to let it air out also. Even though the cardboard actually seemed okay, it was just the wood pieces and the inside cardboard piece. I'm going to reuse all of it for either gardening or for packages I ship out. I had realized that I forgot to share the rose my parents gave me for Valentine's Day, and actually I still have it. It's probably getting close to the end of its life, but they never cease to think of me on this special day, no matter how old I am. After I set up my new Cricut last week, my very first item I needed was a leprechaun, and it needed to be cut out of wood. There's no time like the present to try out the new machine. I used some balsa wood here, and I made sure all of it was taped down with painter's tape to avoid any loosening during the cut. The blade I used is a deep cut blade, and those are sold separately from the unit. I purchased mine at Walmart, but I found out they're a lot cheaper at eBay, but I'm going to include all those links below. Cutting on wood takes a long time because it has to make a lot of passes, but it works great. My advice on this would be to watch it and check it periodically, especially after the 8th pass. Back in the studio, I worked on painting a rainbow I had ordered. Later on, I'm going to cut out more rainbows myself, but this one is a purchased one. I just base coated the rainbow here. My leprechaun had already been base coated off camera, so I'm going to get him all drawn out and ready to go. Then I'm going to get both of these painted. They turned out so cute. I've been following one of my friends' adventures of saving a feral kitty that they have named Reenie. At least I think that's how you say the name Reenie. And they've been turning her into a house kitty. So she's in the process of all of this now, and it's been really fun to watch, especially seeing Reenie become more trusting and just warm up to them slowly. Adrienne is such a sweet and caring person, and I love watching Reenie's adjustment. In one segment of like a little video that she shared, Reenie was watching cat TV. I never knew there was such a thing as cat TV, but there is. You can actually search on YouTube for cat TV, and there's all sorts of videos. You can see if your cat is interested in it if you'd like. But I wanted to show you Mietta's reaction. It got a lot wilder than this, but I wanted to share a little video of how she was when she first started watching it. Thank you so much, Adrienne, for sharing that. Now it's time to put everything together and share how the floral arrangement for St. Patrick's Day turned out. At the last minute, one of my lost packages arrived, so I do the unboxing of it a little bit later, but I didn't get footage of me adding it to the arrangement, but here's the rest of it, and here's how they turned out. I just love them so much. They are even cuter in person. It turns out one of my favorite things to do is hiking. So I went on another hike last week. This one was in Fairview Gullies at the Natchez State Park, and I wanted to share a little bit of that with you. If you're able, I challenge you to try hiking. You can go with a hiking group, or you can find a state park where there's a ranger-led, like a park ranger-led hike, if possible, just at least until you're more prepared. to go on your own or go with just a couple of people, you're going to feel so refreshed, and it's going to be so much more than you could imagine after doing it. I wish I could put it into words, but if you would just trust me on that, and I'm positive that you would enjoy, at least feel a little bit refreshed, like you hit a reset button. At the beginning of this video, you saw the unboxing of the wood pieces. The large paw print that I had ordered was for a friend who had placed a custom order. She couldn't find, I guess she couldn't find what she was looking for online. She found a picture, but no one was selling it. So I want to thank you, Amy, for always thinking of me when you need something. This footage is going to show the process of creating it for her. these rain videos are from, I believe it was the week of the 18th, and I'm just now adding it on here because I was just looking at it and I was thinking, nature is so astonishing when you have time to stop and really notice it. You can hear all the sounds and see all the textures, the smells, and think about the things that have to come together within the atmosphere to make these things happen. It's pretty amazing, isn't it? If you have ever watched Laura in the Kitchen's YouTube channel, I'm sure you love her. If not, you should check her out. I'm going to leave a link to this particular recipe that I tried of hers. I've tried a lot of them over the years, but this week was the garlic brown sugar pork chops, and they were amazing. I was afraid they would. That's it for this week, but I thank you for joining me. Please be sure to like this video if you are enjoying this content. That will help me know that you would like to see more of it. Hopefully with each video you can see an improvement in the quality. I'm really trying to get the audio and the video and the segments with the editing. I'm trying to get all of that. It'll get better. I'm just learning as I go. I will see you all next week.